Hi. I wanted to take some time to address something that's happening right now. And I was just reading an article on LinkedIn talking about another round of layoffs at Compass. For the third time in 8 months, real estate brokerage Compass is laying off staff as it races to cut costs amid a slowing housing market. Now, clearly that's happening. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm beginning to spin some doom and gloom spiral of the economy, because that's not how I see things working out. What I do want to address is the reality of where people may be right now. The tech industry has seen some layoffs. You've seen them at Meta. You've seen them at other places in the tech world. So people are losing their jobs, as people often do in all kinds of economic situations. The question is, if this job loss has you caught unawares and unprepared, you are facing a financial crisis right now, and there are certain steps that you need to take. So what I wanted to do is just run through a checklist of things that you should be doing if you are faced with a financial crisis. And these are the things that you need to do if you're going to understand how you're going to get through this. So there's 7 steps. Number 1, assess where you are. That means taking stock of all your financial resources right now in your financial situation. How much do you have in a bank? How much do you have coming in, if anything, right now? What things can you sell? What other resources can you draw on to get you through this? You have to have this snapshot, this picture, in order to understand what your next steps are going to be. Number 2, you want to create a written plan. What that written plan is going to look like is, what do you want your life to look like 1 year from now on the other side of this? Do not focus on today. Don't get caught up in the worry. Don't get caught up in the woe is me. I want you to write down what you want your life to look like 1 year from now, when you're on the other side of this, because that's going to keep you positive. It's going to keep you moving forward. Next thing, I want you to prioritize. That's the 3rd step. By prioritizing, you are going to put what I call the 5 pillars first. The 5 pillars are food, shelter, clothing, utilities, and transportation. You have to have food. You got to eat. You got to maintain your health and your strength. You got to have shelter over your head. You got to have a place to sleep. That comes next. You got to have clothing to wear. You got to take care of utilities. You got to keep the lights and the water running. And next, you need to have transportation to get you to and from your job. So those things are your 5 pillars. You need to prioritize those. Everything else comes last. Step 4, get yourself on a budget if you're not on one already, and reduce expenditures. Unless you have a 6 to 12 month emergency fund in place right now, you need to start looking for ways where you can cut. So you're going to get on a budget. You're going to tell your money how to behave. You're going to tell it where to go every month instead of wondering where it went. And then you're going to reduce. In so doing, you're going to gain a sense of power. You're going to gain a sense of control over your money. And things are not going to seem so scary right now. Step 5, you're going to, once you move past this, start looking at beginning your beginner emergency fund of $1,000. Now, some of you will be in a position where you have income coming in, so this will be easier. Some of you will not. You may have to sell some things to get your emergency fund going. At this point in time, cash is king. That's the number 1 thing that you need to keep in mind right now. So you need to start working on how to build that beginner emergency fund. Step 6, you need to find alternate multiple streams of income. This is really should have been something that was brought to your mind when COVID first started, that income streams are sensitive to being cut off in this new COVID world we're living in. So you should have multiple streams of income coming in right now. Now, if that's not the case, start looking at how you can get multiple streams of income coming in. Maybe you might want to start up a side hustle. Maybe there's a network marketing program you can get yourself involved in. There's another job. There's another career field you can get. So start working on how you can insulate yourself against losing one stream of income by creating multiple streams of income. Last, Step 7, address your debts. If you have the ability to keep business moving forward as usual because you have a 6 to 12 month emergency fund, keep that going until you can replace the income that you may have lost right now. If you do not, here's where you need to make sure that you put your creditors last. You might want to prioritize some things like your mortgage and your car because you need shelter and you need transportation. Unsecured debts come last. Credit cards come last. Stop worrying about your FICO score. You need to get all your ducks in a row financially first to make sure that your 5 pillars are covered and that you have the ability to keep yourself whole as long as possible through this crisis. So those are the 7 things that you need to be taking care of right now if you are enduring a financial crisis. And for more information on that, you can contact me at intentionalmoneysolutions.com, and I will send you this booklet that will outline your 7 steps, and I'll also give you a free discovery session that will help you work your way through this situation. So for all those out there who are going through some difficult times right now, I wish you all the best, but you can get through this. Trust me, I know, because I've been there and I've come through to the other side. And for the rest of you, take stock of what's happening. Make sure that you keep yourself whole, that you keep your mind focused on your money and where you want to be. Thank you so much for your time. All the best to you. Have a great day.